Have you ever noticed how quickly a man's strength can slip away? It does not always take decades. Sometimes it happens in only a few short years. One day you feel solid and unstoppable. Then suddenly the stairs feel heavier. Your breath shortens too quickly. Nights grow restless. The confidence you once carried like a shield begins to fade without warning. This is not only age, this is theft. A silent robbery of your vitality that takes place when you are not paying attention. Doctors give it a name: sarcopenia, oxidative stress, decline of testosterone. But behind these terms lies something far more personal. It is the moment you realize your body no longer answers you the way it once did. Muscles weaken, blood slows, nerves hesitate, power fades. Along with it comes doubt that eats away at your spirit. Here is the truth no one speaks about. Strength is not lost all at once. It is stolen little by little, through small deficiencies, through everyday choices, through the quiet habits you repeat without thought. Each year the body produces less of what it needs. Each year that passes without correction makes the loss greater. But here comes the part that should shake you awake. The answer is not hidden in laboratories or locked inside expensive pills. It is not stored in distant lands or rare plants. The answer is already in your kitchen. It sits within reach every single day. 2 fruits, so ordinary you barely notice them. You have eaten them all your life without knowing, yet inside them lies a chemistry powerful enough to open your circulation, calm your nerves, and restore the balance that time has disturbed. For centuries, they were trusted in rituals of renewal. Now, modern science confirms the power that tradition carried in silence. Still, I will not give you everything now. The most important part does not live in the beginning. It waits for you at the end, when all the pieces fall together. What I can give you is a doorway. If you stay, step by step, you will see the hidden truth behind these fruits. You will discover that vitality is not gone. It has been waiting in silence, ready to return to any man who chooses to listen. So the question is simple. Will you continue to accept weakness as destiny, or are you ready to uncover what has been hiding in plain sight all along? The choice is yours. The body changes with time in ways most men never expect. At first it seems small, a little more fatigue at the end of the day, a slower recovery after a long walk, a restless night that leaves you heavy the next morning. These signs are often dismissed as nothing serious. But beneath them, a deeper truth is unfolding. Science shows that by the time a man reaches middle age, his testosterone levels have already begun to decline. This hormone is more than a number. It is the engine that drives energy, muscle mass, stamina, and desire. When levels fall, the body loses its spark. Fatigue sets in, muscles shrink, confidence fades. What once felt natural becomes a struggle. At the same time, blood circulation begins to weaken. Arteries stiffen, vessels narrow. The flow that once carried oxygen freely to every corner of the body slows down. Without strong circulation, muscles tire quickly. The brain grows dull. Even moments of intimacy become shorter and less satisfying. The man does not lose his will. He loses his flow. Oxidative stress adds another silent weight. Free radicals accumulate in the body every single day. They damage delicate vessels and nerves. They erode performance from the inside out. The nervous system that should transmit signals of strength and control begins to hesitate. Reflexes slow. Control slips. The body no longer responds with the same sharpness. Digestion plays its role as well. As the years pass, the stomach becomes less efficient. Nutrients are not absorbed as fully. Gas and heaviness steal energy. The body runs on less fuel even when food is present. What feels like weakness is often malnutrition in disguise. Without the right absorption, the very cells that power strength are left starving. Then there is the mind, perhaps the most underestimated factor of all: fear of failure, anxiety about performance, the quiet pressure of expectation. These thoughts are enough to smother desire before it has the chance to rise. The body may still be capable, but the mind convinces it otherwise. Doubt poisons strength faster than time. Together, these forces weave a web of decline. Hormones falling, blood slowing, oxidative damage spreading, digestion weakening, the mind trapped in worry. Men call it aging because no one tells them otherwise. They accept it as fate. They stop searching for answers. Yet experts remind us this is not the whole truth. Dr. David Katz, a world-renowned nutrition scientist and the founding director of the Yale Griffin Prevention Research Center, has said clearly that we are not powerless against aging. He insists that daily choices, especially about food, can change the rhythm of decline. This is not speculation. It is observation built on decades of study. The message is clear. Age does not strip strength in a single blow. It chips away in silence. But if decline is made of small steps, then renewal can also be made of small steps. Every man has the ability to slow the erosion and even rebuild. Not with magic, not with miracles, but with the hidden tools that nature has provided all along. So before you accept weakness as destiny, ask yourself a question. What if the solution has been within reach every day of your life? What if the answer is not in faraway medicines, but in fruits so common you no longer notice them? Stay with me and you will see that what you once thought ordinary may in fact be the key to restoring what time has tried to take away. Since the beginning of history, men have looked at the pomegranate with a sense of mystery. In ancient Greece, it was the fruit of Persephone, the symbol of life and rebirth. In the Middle East, it was a sign of fertility and endurance. Across cultures, the lure carried a reputation far greater than its size, always linked with vitality and strength. People did not speak of nitric oxide or antioxidants. They simply knew that this red fruit had the power to restore what was fading. Modern science now reveals why the ancients trusted it so deeply. Luru is one of the richest natural sources of nitrates. Inside the body, nitrates transform into nitric oxide, a molecule that relaxes and opens blood vessels. When vessels widen, blood flows more freely, carrying oxygen and nutrients to muscles, the brain, and even the most delicate tissue. Strong circulation means stronger energy, better memory, and greater endurance. Research from Harvard Medical School and the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition has confirmed that Lu juice improves blood flow and reduces the stiffness of arteries. In men, this translates into more stamina for daily activity and more confidence in intimate moments. What feels like magic is simple biology rediscovered. But the lure carries more than nitrates. It is also filled with polyphenols and anthocyanins, powerful antioxidants that fight oxidative stress. Free radicals that once eroded vessels and nerves are neutralized. The lining of blood vessels, known as the endothelium, is protected. With that protection comes resilience. Circulation is not only improved in the moment, but preserved against further damage. Picture a man in his 50s who once loved climbing stairs 2 at a time. Now each step leaves him breathless. His doctor says it is age. Yet when he begins drinking a small glass of Lu juice each morning, the story shifts. After weeks, the heaviness in his legs lightens. He reaches the top of the stairs without stopping. What changed was not his willpower, but the hidden flow within his vessel. The beauty of lure is in its simplicity. A fruit so ordinary in the market, yet extraordinary in its effect. A handful of seeds glistening like rubies. A cup of juice pressed fresh. These are not exotic medicines. They are gifts within reach, carrying compounds that science has only begun to understand. Yet the lure also demands respect. Its sweetness can be high in sugar. For those with diabetes or metabolic concerns, moderation is essential. A small glass is enough. More is not always better. Nature offers power through balance, not excess. What matters most is the ritual. To begin the day with lure is to send a signal to the body. The signal says, open the gates, let the blood flow, carry life to every corner. Over time, the body learns this rhythm. Circulation strengthens. Energy returns. The man who once accepted weakness begins to rediscover what he thought was gone. Still, remember, this is only half of the story. Luhu brings the fire of circulation, the rush of oxygen, the beating heart of renewal. But fire without calm can burn too quickly. Flow without balance can lead to restlessness. What lure begins must be complemented by something that steadies the nerves and calms the mind. That companion waits quietly in another fruit, one so common you may overlook its true power. Together they complete the circle of strength. Alone they are helpful, but side by side they create harmony. And it is this harmony that turns ordinary food into extraordinary medicine. Every culture has a fruit so common that people forget its power. The banana is one of them. It sits quietly on every table, sold in every market, carried in lunchboxes, eaten without thought. To many, it is only quick energy, a sweet snack to fill the stomach. Yet behind its soft yellow skin lies a hidden strength that speaks directly to the nervous system and to the mind that governs it. Bananas are rich in potassium and magnesium, two minerals that act as guardians of the nerves and muscles. Potassium keeps the heart steady, regulates blood pressure, and ensures that every muscle contraction is smooth and efficient. Magnesium calms the nervous system, relaxes tension, and prepares the body for deep rest. Together they create balance, a quiet strength that is not loud but steady. Inside the banana is also tryptophan, an amino acid that the body transforms into serotonin and melatonin. Serotonin lifts mood, softens anxiety, and brings a sense of calm. Melatonin guides the body into sleep, deep and restorative. For men and women beyond middle age, when nights become restless and mornings feel heavy, this natural chemistry can make the difference between fatigue and renewal. Science confirms what tradition long practiced. The Mayo Clinic and other respected institutions have documented the role of potassium and magnesium in reducing stress and supporting restful sleep. Studies show that foods rich in these minerals lower blood pressure, improve heart function, and protect against the silent damage of chronic stress. The banana is not just fruit, it is medicine disguised as something ordinary. Imagine a woman in her 60s who has struggled with insomnia for years. She tries pills, teas, endless routines, yet sleep still escapes her. Then she begins a simple ritual. Each evening after dinner, she eats a single banana. At first, she notices only that her stomach feels settled. A week later, she finds herself drifting to sleep more easily. After a month, her nights are calmer and her mornings lighter. What changed was not her will, but the signals her body received from the fruit she once ignored. The banana also supports digestion with soluble fiber. This fiber feeds the beneficial bacteria in the gut, creating harmony that extends to mood and energy. Modern research shows that gut health and mental health are deeply connected. A healthy gut produces signals that calm the brain and reduce anxiety. Once again, the banana reveals itself as more than food. It is a quiet teacher of balance. But as with all powerful gifts, caution is needed. Bananas are high in natural sugars. Eaten in excess, they can raise blood glucose, especially for those with diabetes. The answer is not avoidance, but moderation. One banana a day is often enough. Timing matters too. Taken in the evening, the banana supports melatonin production and helps prepare the body for sleep. Taken in the morning, it provides potassium and energy for the day. Both ways are useful if chosen with intention. What makes the banana truly valuable is not only its nutrients, but the ritual it invites. To peel the fruit slowly, to eat it with awareness, to let the body absorb its calm chemistry, is to remind yourself that strength is not always about force. Sometimes it is about quietness, about giving the nervous system the peace it needs so the rest of the body can perform. In this way, the banana becomes the counterpart to the pomegranate. One opens the gates of circulation, sending blood rushing with energy. The other steadies the nerves, calming the system so that energy is not wasted. Together they form a pair that balances fire with stillness, flow with rest. Alone they are helpful. Combined they create harmony that touches both body and mind. And this harmony is the key that will be revealed as the journey continues. There are moments when two ordinary things meet and something extraordinary happens. The pomegranate and the banana are like that. Alone, each one carries strength. Together, they create harmony that touches every layer of the body. One is fire, opening the rivers of blood and sending energy to every corner. The other is calm, steadying the nerves and guiding the body into balance. When fire and calm meet, the result is not chaos. It is power under control. Think of circulation as a rushing river. Pomegranate widens the channels and deepens the flow. Oxygen travels farther, muscles receive nourishment, the heart beats with more freedom. Yet without balance, a river can flood its banks. This is where the banana enters. Its minerals and calming compounds act like the steady banks of the river. They keep the flow directed. They prevent energy from scattering into restlessness. The body receives power but also knows how to hold it. Science has begun to understand this union. Foods rich in nitrates, such as pomegranate, increase nitric oxide and improve vascular health. Foods rich in magnesium and potassium, such as bananas, calm the nervous system and regulate blood pressure. When combined, the effects are not only added but multiplied. Better blood flow meets steadier nerves. The result is endurance that lasts longer, and energy that feels controlled rather than unstable. Picture a couple in their 60s. The man once struggled with heavy legs and short breath. The woman often faced restless nights and anxious mornings. They begin a simple ritual together. Each morning, a small glass of pomegranate juice. Each evening, a single banana. After weeks, the man climbs stairs without fear. His wife drifts into sleep with ease. Their days feel lighter and their connection deeper. What they discovered was not magic. It was alignment with the rhythms of their bodies through two fruits they once overlooked. Rituals are powerful not only because of the nutrients they provide, but because of the message they carry. Drinking pomegranate juice in the morning tells the body to awaken, to open its channels, to send energy forward. Eating a banana in the evening tells the body to rest, to release tension, to prepare for renewal. Over time, these signals condition the mind and the body to expect strength in the day and calm at night. This rhythm is the foundation of vitality. There is also a deeper truth. Many men chase stimulation without rest. Many women seek calm without energy. Both approaches fail because strength without peace burns out, and peace without strength fades into weakness. True vitality requires both. The pomegranate delivers fire. The banana delivers stillness. Only when the two meet does the circle close. Research supports this pattern. Clinical studies show that nitrate-rich fruits lower arterial stiffness, while potassium-rich fruits improve sleep quality and reduce anxiety. Combined, they protect the cardiovascular system and the nervous system at the same time. Few medicines can claim such balance. Yet here it is in the form of two fruits that have sat quietly in kitchens for centuries. But even this powerful combination requires respect. The pomegranate, with all its richness, can be heavy in sugar if consumed too much. The banana, with its sweetness, can raise blood glucose if eaten without care. The secret is not excess but moderation. A small glass of pomegranate juice, a single banana, enough to awaken, enough to calm, never so much that the body is thrown off balance. Nature whispers its lesson again. Strength is found in precision, not in indulgence. What emerges is not only physical benefit but emotional stability. When the body feels energy in the morning and peace at night, the mind grows confident, anxiety fades, confidence returns. Life feels less like a battle and more like a flow. Tasks that once felt heavy become lighter. Nights that once felt restless become a sanctuary. The man rediscovers his endurance. The woman rediscovers her calm. Together they rediscover connection. So the picture begins to form. The pomegranate and the banana, one red with fire, one yellow with calm, are not separate stories. They are two halves of the same truth. A truth that says vitality is not lost with age, but reshaped by balance. A truth that invites you to see that the answers you seek may already be in your kitchen, but the journey is not complete. For even the strongest gifts can be undone if paired with the wrong choices. To understand the full power of these fruits, you must also know what stands against them. That revelation waits ahead. Even the most powerful gifts can be wasted if they are paired with the wrong companions. The pomegranate and the banana carry within them fire and calm, flow and rest, but when certain habits enter the picture, their strength is quietly stolen. It is like building a house every morning only to tear it down again at night. One of the first enemies is excess sugar. Many people believe that more fruit is always better. They drink large glasses of pomegranate juice or eat 3 bananas in a row. What they do not see is that the flood of sugar overwhelms the very balance they are trying to restore. Blood glucose rises, insulin spikes, and the body begins to store fat instead of building strength. Moderation is not weakness, it is wisdom. Another enemy is processed food. A meal heavy with refined flour or fried oils cancels out the benefit of natural compounds. The arteries that the pomegranate tries to open are clogged again by grease. The nerves that the banana tries to calm are agitated by artificial additives. The body cannot move forward if every step is followed by a step back. Alcohol is a third enemy. Some think a small drink at night will help them relax. In truth, alcohol disrupts the deep sleep cycles that the banana works so hard to support. It also dehydrates the body, forcing the heart to strain and the vessels to narrow. What should have been a night of restoration becomes a night of silent stress. Even timing can turn against you. Drinking pomegranate juice late in the evening can raise energy when the body is preparing to rest. Eating bananas too early in the day without protein can cause a quick rise and fall of blood sugar that leaves you tired instead of calm. The secret is not only what you eat, but when you eat. The lesson is clear. Power is fragile when treated carelessly. 2 fruits can guide you toward balance, but careless choices can erase their gift. Respect the rhythm, respect the measure, use them with intention. In this way, the body receives not only their nutrients, but also their message. And that message is simple. Strength does not come from more, it comes from enough. The body is always speaking. It whispers through small signals, but most of the time we ignore them. A heavy step on the stairs, a restless night, a sudden wave of anxiety. These are not random accidents. They are the language of the body telling us it is out of rhythm. When we fail to listen, the signals grow louder until they can no longer be ignored. But when we choose to answer those signals with care, something remarkable begins to happen. Imagine a man in his late 50s who wakes each morning already tired. His chest feels heavy, his mood low, his patience thin. For years, he tells himself this is normal, just the price of age. But one morning, he decides to listen differently. Instead of reaching for coffee alone, he pours a small glass of pomegranate juice. Instead of ignoring the tension at night, he eats a banana slowly before bed. At first, nothing feels different. But after days, the signals of his body begin to shift. His legs grow lighter. His nights become calmer. What he once dismissed as fate was in fact a call for rhythm. This is the power of ritual. A single act repeated with intention becomes more than nutrition. It becomes a message. Drinking pomegranate juice each morning is not only about nitrates, it is about telling the body to open, to awaken, to carry energy forward. Eating a banana at night is not only about potassium and magnesium, it is about telling the body to rest, to soften, to heal. Over time, the mind associates these acts with strength and calm. The body responds more deeply because the ritual itself becomes a signal. Science calls this conditioning. The brain learns to link a repeated action with a specific state. Just as the smell of the sea can awaken memories of childhood, the taste of these fruits at specific times can awaken the body into balance. This is why discipline matters more than intensity. 1 glass of juice and 1 banana each day, taken with awareness, can reshape the rhythm of the nervous system and the circulation. But ritual also carries meaning beyond biology. It is a way of reclaiming dignity. Too often aging is framed as loss, as decline without hope. A ritual says otherwise. It says, I am still here. I am still worthy of care. I still choose to live with intention. That meaning strengthens the spirit as much as the nutrients strengthen the body. So do not underestimate this simple act of turning signals into rituals. The body is waiting for consistency. The mind is waiting for reassurance. Together they respond when you repeat the small acts with faithfulness. Over weeks and months, the signals of decline fade. In their place rise the signals of renewal. That is the gift hidden inside 2 ordinary fruits. A gift that grows not from complexity but from rhythm. And the rhythm is yours to choose. Time is often seen as an enemy. People fear the years because they believe strength will always fade, the energy will always vanish, the intimacy and joy belong only to the young. But the truth is different. Time is not a thief, it is a teacher. It does not strip everything away, it reshapes. It asks for wisdom instead of force. And when wisdom is applied, the years can give gifts greater than youth ever could. The pomegranate and the banana are not miracles. They are reminders. They're reminders that answers do not always come from what is far away or expensive. Sometimes they come from what is already in our hands. They remind us that the body listens to rhythm more than to occasional effort. A small glass of red seeds in the morning, a yellow fruit at night. Simple acts repeated with respect. These are not trivial. They are signals that tell the body to flow in the day and to rest in the night. Dr. David Katz once said that every meal is a vote for or against our health, that wisdom rings louder with age. Each choice is not just fuel for the body, but a message to the future. When you choose with awareness, you tell the body that you are still in control, that age is not an unbreakable curse, that renewal is possible. So the gift of age is not only memory or experience, it is the chance to live with more intention than before. Youth often wastes energy because it assumes it will never end. Age knows better. Age understands the value of every step, every breath, every night of sleep. And when you align that understanding with the quiet power of nature, you create something new. You create vitality that does not shout but endures. Think of the years ahead not as decline but as a different landscape. You may not run as you once did, but you can walk with steadiness. You may not stay awake through every night, but you can rest deeply and wake refreshed. You may not prove strength with force, but you can show it with presence, calm, and resilience. That is a different kind of power, one that time itself cannot erase. The invitation is simple. Begin with what is near. Do not search only for distant cures. Open a pomegranate in the morning, peel a banana in the evening. Let them become rituals. Let them become messages. With time, the body will answer, the mind will settle, and the years will no longer feel like a burden. They will feel like a gift. So take this knowledge not as a final word, but as a beginning. The future is not fixed. Your vitality is not lost. It waits, quiet but ready, inside the choices you make today. And the gift of age is that you now know how much those choices matter.